What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Stacy the Intuitive. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to come here and talk to you guys about something that God put on my heart today that I think is very important because it was a very important theme in this last season that I went through, kind of that I'm coming out of in a sense. And it's really just about this question of how to know when something is truly for you, how to know when, you're not wasting your efforts going in the direction of something, how to know when you should give your all to something, because I was kind of having this dilemma. I realized this fear within me about investing my all into something and not being sure whether or not it was for me, or investing my all into something and then failing later. This is specifically also for people who have had goals in the past that they invested their all into and it turned out not to be the thing. And so then it kind of just brings this resounding feeling of fear when you have goals and things that you want to go towards now. And the biggest thing in all of this has to do with your inspiration and where you are being guided from to take certain actions. And obviously with that, the support of God, the divine, the universe, and just even your inner being in this process of going towards where you're going. One of the biggest things to look for when you are kind of setting intentions is this feeling of inspiration that comes through as you set these intentions. Genuine inspiration, not force, not, overexertion of will, but genuine inspiration. And a lot of the time we kind of take ourselves out of this space of inspiration as well by being so in our fear, by looking for validation. We take ourselves out of the receptivity of our own goals, of our own desires and things, and then we kind of let the feedback that we're getting from our lack of receptivity validate that, oh my God, this might not be for me, or validate that fear. So it's so important in these stages, in these phases of life, to allow yourself to be an open channel. And this can only happen through the focusing on the goal itself, through the setting the intention of the goal itself, and kind of leaving the rest to God and the divine. But this should honestly be kind of an immediate process. So if you're kind of someone like me who's like, oh my God, I don't like to wait for these things. Like, I want to see and know that this is for me. Like, if I put it out there, I am not waiting for, the action to come and then the validation from the external. I'm wanting to know, like, am I going in the right direction? Am I orienting in the right direction? And it's my belief that God is consistently trying to orient us in the right direction as well. And so when you put this intention out there and you kind of let it go, and I'm not saying it in the sense of like, oh my God, forget it, but when you put it out there with this kind of childlike mindset, with this innocence of just like knowing that this is something that you want, inspiration should honestly flow to you once your channel is fully open. So once you're totally in flow, you should feel that inspiration, and it'll be internal inspiration. It's about receiving from within. And honestly, that's kind of like that pairing of that masculine and feminine energy as well. Receiving from within so that you feel that inspiration to take that physical action. So in this vein, it's mostly about internal receptivity. And once you receive that inspiration, that is kind of a sign from yourself, a sign from God, a sign from the divine that this is for you. This is where your natural inspiration is leading you. This is where your inner being is guided towards. And that is all the validation that you need. But a lot of the time, we're so bogged down with fear that we're like, I don't even know, like, if I'm supposed to be going towards this, right? And it's blocking our intuition. It's blocking our ability to sense and interpret the things that are coming to us. So, it's kind of like killing two birds with one stone. It's like, once you kind of allow yourself to relax and kind of focus on, this is what I want, and really get serious with yourself about, hey, what is it that I actually want? What am I wanting to take action towards? Once you kind of like set that out there without a care about whether or not it's for you in that moment, which I think is a little bit easier than like straight up taking action and like leaving it to chance. You want to just be receptive to that inspiration. So it doesn't even put pressure on you to do anything. It just honestly allows you to kind of focus on the goal and relieve yourself of all the external stuff, all of the stuff that's bogging you down internally or whatever. And so for me, the biggest thing, obviously feeling through your feelings is important. But like yesterday, I was having this huge thing with myself and with God about what I'm wanting, my desire, one of my biggest desires in life. And I realized like I had this paralyzing fear about it. I'm like, well, God, I don't want to put all of my effort into this. And then you tell me that it's not for me. How do I know that it's your will as well? Because that's a big thing for me, because I want what I'm doing to also be in alignment with God's will, because if it's not, then there's no point. But I was kind of negating this ability, this neglecting this ability to get this immediate feedback from within, from this part of me, this core of me that is connected to God. And that's something that we can all connect to, tune into, but that we're not always like immediately privy to, guys. And so for me, there was this big energy of yesterday kind of purging those feelings of fear and things like that, and just like allowing the fear to come through me, allowing the sadness, the hopelessness, whatever to come through me, so that my channel could be clear. And it's like I've released all the emotions. Sometimes your process might not come with all the releasing of the emotions. Sometimes it's a realization. Sometimes it's getting into that flow state. Sometimes it's just literally journaling out the intention so you can focus on that, and then kind of like going to do something else and being like, okay, wait, I just got inspired. And I genuinely believe that once you kind of set the intention to orient yourself towards it, like once the inspiration comes through, you'll know. But if you do find that you're not really feeling inspired, then you have to maybe start questioning what is guiding you, right? What is leading this? Because when I think back to my past and goals that I've had, I had to really ask, like, what is guiding this desire? Like when I love to sing. But when I thought I wanted to be a singer, it was more so through this perspective of wanting approval from others, wanting validation to others that I could do this. And with this path that I'm walking of wanting to do content creation and express my authenticity and stuff like that, it's more so about my morals, values, beliefs, who I am and what I'm wanting to embody. And honestly, just that it resonates with the core, the essence of me, and that I don't want to be anything other than this version of me. So when it resonates from this part of who you are, that's a very important part to look at. And that is what it like kind of lets this inspiration emerge. But truly, there is this belief also to have that anything that you want can be yours, right? So long as it's aligned for you. So when you're looking for things, it's about like understanding why you want it and stuff like that. And maybe that's a journal prompt for some of you. Why do I want this? Orienting yourself towards that. So then when it comes through, you know, like, oh my gosh, so this is what I'm feeling when I'm doing this. This is what it's evoking within me. And this is validation of that fact. And when you get that validation, what does it do? It begets more validation, and it kind of allows this energy of continuous unfoldment to take place. So for me, like, I was not feeling great about it yesterday, but then I got inspired out of my deep depths of feeling this hopelessness. And then I got inspired and I was like, okay, I want to make a video about this. And, you know, I didn't feel immediately better, but then like the night went by and then I woke up and I have more inspiration that's going in the direction of this goal. And that's kind of what I'm putting it at. And it is honestly quite effortless. It's not about you getting up and doing the thing. It's about being receptive to the inspiration so that it resonates to the core of you. And when you do it, it is something that is kind of like an essential part of you. It's like you couldn't help but do this, you know? So if some of you are like, I just don't know, like, you know, and you're struggling with that, this is very helpful because this will help you to essentially just clear your channel to be receptive to what it is that you want. And I totally trust that if you're on this video, if you found this video, then this is that, you know, that this is a level of kind of syncing up with your desire, because I don't want there to be this notion of like, oh my God, I'm scared that I'm not going to get inspired. I trust that if you know that it's for you, then it's for you. And if you're even questioning, God, how do I know this is for me? Then there is a level of resonance there, right? There's a level of awareness there about what you're doing. A lot of the time when we're in these stages of being, trying to align ourselves to things that we're unsure of, it's because we're unaware of who we are. And so it's hard to create, or it's hard to feel inspired, or it's hard to embark on a path that's not a reflection of who you truly are at the core, and be able to look for all the things that are a reflection of how it is you. So I really wanted to just put this out there because I thought it was a very important message for a lot of us who are trying to embark on our soul's journeys, stepping into our purpose, but feeling that fear of, you know, taking those steps to get to where we want to get, because we don't want to fail, and we don't want to invest these deep parts of ourselves into things and not have it work out. But the fact that you can even see it as such a deep part of yourself that you don't want to compromise is a very big telltale sign that this is for you. So allowing that channel to be clear so that you're receptive, and knowing that a lot of the time it's your fear, it's your lack of trust and things like that that are making you not receptive. That receptivity, that natural inspiration, that guiding factor within you is the thing to look for, is the thing to trust, guys, because it is literally, it's like an automatic process. It's and the fact that it's an automatic process tells you that you're in flow, tells you that it's meant, tells you that you're doing the exact right thing, and that you're aligned with your center of yourself. So I hope this video resonated. I hope it helped someone today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're all walking this path. We're doing what we need to do. I trust in you. I believe in you. believe in yourself too, because God believes in you, and God wouldn't entrust you with the beauty of inspiration if it wasn't meant, right? The beauty of that inspiration, the beauty of that resonance, if it wasn't meant. And God is entrusting you with that to hold it and to cherish it and to nurture it. So please do so, y'all. I know you can. All right. I'll see you guys in my next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that we can continue going on this journey together, learning more things, sharing our insights and our wisdom. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.